So I'm saying now, Orlando Pirates, one, Coach Wadu, don't put yourself under pressure. Don't put players under pressure. No one should be under pressure in this time. Because now, instead of using the heart to think, we are using our brains now. We need to find solutions to say, how can we score those 3 goals? Playing CAF competition, it helps us, it helps the team, it helps everyone in South Africa. That's why we had to go in against Rwanda. We beat them 3-0. We've shown the quality because why? We play a CAF competition. Look, you are as good as your last game. Your last game tells us that where you're going to go. So, yesterday's games, it says to me they can go all the way to the final. If they will continue play the way they played yesterday, that type of football will take them to the final. The scouts, overseas scouts, they look at you when you play against this other, West, East, wherever in African soil. When you play against them, then you'll see that, hey man, this boy, if he can handle such a thing, that means he can handle us. And what else can we ask for?
Benedict Tso Vilakazi is the all-time top goal scorer for Orlando Pirates with 52 goals plus 32 appearances for Bafana Bafana.
If you understand what I'm talking about, you will say to me, so you are correct.
Now you can catch Tso live every Monday on Omni Audio, TikTok, Facebook, and X. Don't miss Tso's football wisdom exclusive to Omni.
Oi. Welcome to Tso's football wisdom. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and post. And the most important one is to subscribe. But for to nice things. We're going to talk about Bafana Bafana. You know what the pen, eh? Yeah, we're going to talk about Bafana Bafana. We're going to talk about the Confederation Cup, Champions League, where the big teams were playing over the weekend. And we're going to talk about tomorrow. They were supposed to go Sundowns playing, but they're not playing. They postponed their game. And then we're going to see about Orlando Pirates, Kaizer Chiefs, Stellenbosch playing on Wednesday. And then over the weekend, then it's going to be a second round of the Confederation Cup and the Champions League. And also the Cunning Black Label, they're also playing over the weekend. And the nice thing that I'm going to talk about, I just want you guys to hear this. Our chairman, Dr. Ivan Khoza. What about Fuetu?
I know, good man. Visa yakhe ready, good man.
Ngathi izophuma nje in couple of but in 14 days visa yaphuma le. We're talking about the yes America. Yeah, I'm very quick. In 7 days I think 7 days yaphuma visa yami.
Yeah, as applying nama visa good man. One of the best countries go Southern Hemisphere. Yeah, hambe represent Africa lapha go World Cup. Kuzoba mnandi. Good man, prior to the game here, Rwanda, we sat here and then we analyzed the game. Bafana played against Zimbabwe, which ended a goalless draw. Obviously, we weren't happy. We suggested that no, Hugo Broos needs to at least try Utalent Mbata and start with Evidence Makgopa. If he starts with Utalent Mbata, Evidence Makgopa, Ozwena Police Sipombule, and then Nomuha Nkota, but he decided to start with Tapelo Morena. We said, these guys are playing together already at club level. Sebaya understand that build up your attack bonke and they know how to finish as a unit. He did exactly that, and we saw Bafana were victorious. But we need 3-0. You predicted it 3-0 exactly, Hotman, and you said if you start Talent Mbata, a lot is gonna happen. So no more predicts badly was yabuya sita badly. So naba winile futhi mele sibuye sita Hotman. We share Konkwasini straight.
Forward, let me say this. The reason I ask the coach Hugo Broos to put Utalente, Sipombule, Abo Mahopa, Apolise. I wanted to start Unkota. It's because, let me tell you the secret why I said that. One, the combination of Umkwena, Nombule, Naye Umbata, it comes way back. Way back, guys. Before they went to Sundowns, before you went to Pirates, Umbata, they had a combination at SuperSport United. They were giving everyone a headache. I'm one person that I love this game so much that I can tell you about these players because I watch these games. I watch PSL games. I support these boys when they're playing. So I know them. And I know they're understanding that midfield, that it's going to be difficult for Rwanda to do anything. And look what happened. A player that I asked that the coach must start, Timombata, who scored a goal. He scored the first goal, Umbata. And the rest just happened. You know why? It's because I've analyzed how our coach is planning his team and how he wants to play. And I've realized that it's not really easy for our strikers to score. It's very difficult. So he needs to rely on the midfielders. And now, as I said, that Umbule, he did everything against him. He did everything, he couldn't score. And then, but I said, if he's going to be getting that chance again, you'll never know, something will happen. And Mbata scored a goal. Beautiful one. Apolise, beautiful goal. Wanna say, beautiful header. This is what I was talking about because I know that we've got midfielders that they can create, that they can score. And I was so very, very happy to see our team, how he plays. And I hope Umrena, where he is now, hope it's not bad because I saw Magawa Lapayana Ogutino, the boy, he's injured. I think he pulled a muscle of the groin there. And I hope it's not that bad that he needs to go for a Caesar. I hope he's going to come back and be fine because he also played a very important role in that side to overload the side of the right. And look, the boys, they made me proud. I was very, very proud. Ushaila is Fube, I'm a South African. That's what happened to me on Tuesday. And look, Wednesday morning, I went to do my passport and the visa for going to America. That's where our boys are going. I'm very, very proud of the boys. As much as people, they can talk to say, no, if Nigeria didn't beat Benin, look, we won our game. Nigeria, they had to do themselves a favor. They didn't do a favor for us. They had to do themselves a favor to be second in the group so that they can go and play those qualifying games to go to the World Cup. They didn't do us a favor. We did ourselves a favor by winning against Rwanda. And then we managed to stay on top. And now we're going to the World Cup.
I know, Hotman, if you ask me, we deserve it. Like, hey, Hugo Bruce, what he's done for our football.
Yeah.
You look at the squad that played against Rwanda and secured the qualifier rather. You look at Bafana played with local-based players. We didn't depend on any European-based players or any players abadlala outside of Africa to say that, okay, because Mona they're competing at a better level, they can come and help us. It was strictly local players, Grootman. What does this mean for our league, EPSL? Do you see the growth? Does Hugo Bruce's presence, Bafana have a positive impact upon the level of play like Kaya? What does this mean for our local football generally?
Let me tell you something that the people will tend to maybe sometimes take it slightly or don't take it serious. We've got a very strong league. Guys, trust me on that. Trust me on that. I will remind you again. Let's go back to AFCON. How many players that were playing overseas that were starting the game? We had again 99%. 99% of local players. They took us to the semi-final. We got a bronze. 99% of the players local. Again, against Rwanda, it was the guys that started the game, 100% local. 100% local. That means we are moving in the right direction. That's why it's so important for our teams to play the CAF competitions, guys. It's very important, guys. You've learned, you learn there by playing against these teams that when you play against the national teams, you know what we expect. In terms of the physique, the intensity, you know. But now if Sundowns were not playing CAF, Pirates not playing CAF, Steelers are not playing CAF, Chiefs not playing CAF, you know, you can name them. But you can see that the players that are playing CAF competitions, you can see the level of their game. You can see the level. I mean, look at, let's not just move quickly, but you just move slowly. Look at Nkota. You are doing very well in the CAF Champions League. Yesterday I was telling my colleagues to say, do you know that when we play these games, the scouts, overseas scouts, they look at you when you play against this other, you know, West, East, wherever in African soil. When you play against them, then you'll see that, hey man, this boy, if he can handle such a thing, that means he can handle us. And what else can we ask for? What else, guys? Let's be honest. So for me, I'm still saying, playing CAF competition, it helps us, it helps the team, it helps everyone in South Africa. That's why we had to go in against the Rwanda, we beat them 3-0. We've shown the quality because why? We play a CAF competition.
Hi, Grootman. Sticking with CAF competition, we were all excited after we learned Bafana Bafana have qualified. So we were in high spirits, knowing good I know. We have our local teams that are going to play at CAF level. So it should be an easy win for all of our teams who are going to be playing at CAF level, because now every other country and every other team in Africa, when they have to play against the South Africans, it's always concern for them because they're worried that they might lose. Orlando Pirates traveled all the way to DRC Congo with Ozwenapolis, Talent Mbata, Evidence Mahopa, who were crucial for the win against Rwanda for Bafana Bafana. They get there only for Orlando Pirates to suffer a 3-0 defeat. A lot of us weren't expecting Orlando Pirates to lose by that margin, at least 1-0 game. Grootman, Coach Owadu starts Talent Mbata on the bench, starts Ozwenapolis on the bench. Usiema, who's been playing well and who's been playing for a number of matches with Mbogazi. They've built a relationship together and we've seen what they can do together. He decides to bench Siema and then he plays Unkosinathi Sibisi, the captain. And then obviously Relebohile Mofokeng is not there. So I guess the creativity somehow was lacking. Grootman, how disappointed are you with the result Orlando Pirates got Lapaya Night DRC Congo?
Yeah, to be really honest, if you people that are supporting this podcast, Source Football Wisdom, you will remember last week that I was not really sure. I was not really sure that Pirates can really win. I was not. You saw me, because you know sometimes playing against the unknown, it's a headache. Because you don't know what is that you need to expect from them. But again, you had about 30 minutes of seeing them in the game. And then 30 minutes again second half to say, we can fix that. But it didn't happen. But nevertheless, let me tell you this now. As a football person, such things that will happen in football. You know, I always tell my players that in the history of football, I've never seen such a thing like the one that I'm going to tell you about. Where Liverpool against AC Milan were 3-0 down. I hope nangizwa kahle. Liverpool against AC Milan. AC Milan scored 3. They went to halftime with 3. Everyone thought it was over. Pelili, finish. But what happened second half? He came. Abu Steven Gerrard, they came very strong. Liverpool, they came with flying colors. They equalized 3-3. They took the game to the penalties. They've won the Champions League. I was watching that game. So, I'm saying now, Orlando Pirates, one, Coach Wadu, don't put yourself under pressure. Don't put players under pressure. No one should be under pressure in this time. Because now, instead of using the heart to think, we are using our brains now. We need to find solutions to say, how can we score those 3 goals and take the game to the extra time? Or even if we can just scrap it. First half, we get to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Done. Can we do that? I believe so. I believe so. That you guys can. But it's up to you guys. It's up to you, and also obvious the coach is going to plan and do everything. But I'm telling you, boys, you can do this.
Hotman, sharp. Orlando Pirates now need to prepare, and now they need to score a lot of goals. It's possible. It's possible. We know what they're capable of. We've seen what they've done. You said there on the chair, Hotman, offered Hugo Broos the best advice, which helped us qualify for the FIFA World Cup. What advice do we have for Coach Owadu leading to the next game?
Look, we need goals. And for us to get goals, that means we need numbers. And those numbers will come from, unfortunately, is to start Mabasa, start Mahopa. You can start Umbata Nombule. And then obviously, I hope the King Ama 2000 will be back. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'll be happy if he's gonna be back. If he's gonna be back, then we'll give him on the left wing and Apollos on the right. And then Zobondo Pambil.
Zobondo Pambili indeed. Honman, let's just talk about Coach Owadu and this tendency that he has of experimenting, especially in crucial games. I think it's a crucial game because Orlando Pirates desperately wants to qualify for the group stages ZKF. I mean, we're talking about a team that made it all the way to the semifinals last year, so it wouldn't make sense for them to be knocked out so early in the competition. Coach Owadu keeps experimenting. Sometimes, even when you can see that it's simple, back to the basics. You know how Orlando Pirates made it to the semifinals last season. Rather play that team or add a few changes. You don't need to change the team entirely. He benches Talent Mbata, plays Unemtajela. Sipho Mbule, sharp. It was fine to start him. And then we have Tito on the bench. You look in defense, there's no Siema, Aguna Libito. You look at how that's the team that's been winning him games. That went as far as also winning him the MTN 8. Maraseka Chinchile Manje. What do you make of him? Nalama experimenta Tando Gwayenza at very important and crucial games.
Firstly, I think he must have a very good reason why he didn't play with Siema, because I guys, I'm not saying I'm always right, but this is how I believe in. you know, it's easy to make changes from the midfield going forward. I think it's easy to make those changes, to take out this one and put that one. I think it's easy. But it's very, very difficult to just change one of the defenders. It's going to kill us. I don't know, maybe you guys will understand what I'm saying. I don't know how can I put it. I'm trying to find words. Let me put it this way. Yes, CBC played well against Rwanda, Bafana. He did very well. Look, no doubt, he did very well. But now, I didn't see a reason why Usiema has to be in the bench. Angas no mhlawumbe you guys understand. Usiema is doing well. I said this last week. The understanding of Usiema, Nombogazi, no Chayine is very, very crucial in the team. Very, very crucial in the team. And then now, when one of them is not there, you could see the difference. Because now it's not that four that used to do things together and all of that. So now there's one that came in. It's always going to be a problem. But yeah, hope Coach Waro learn that and have a proper plan and fix, because now you can see that with CBC, then we had issues. We still see him again. And then let's play. Then so bona ke lapho ke ukuthi vele kuzenzakala vele because of his football, it has to happen, but at least you'll have your strong defensive your strong defense in terms of how they need to defend. But yeah, it's one of those things.
Khotman, what do you think the future holds for Utito at Orlando Pirates? Hasn't been getting enough game time. He's a bit of form. You know, he's been struggling with form lately. I suppose we'll blame it mostly on the injuries that he's been having. But you see now the team is playing without him. Do you think the team needs him? And what do you think the future holds for him, Lapago Pirates? Is this the beginning of the end for him?
No, look, to be honest, I like Utito Kakuli. He always give Pirates something that we already don't have, you know. So Tito, he just lost confidence. Not that he's out of the team, he just lost confidence. And once he regained that confidence, we'll see the best of him. I mean, look at how Mbulu has been doing. Look at Umbalo, Namtenjela, Moremi, Apolis. They're trying their best. They're really trying their best. So yeah, this is a very difficult one. I'm trying to think. I'm really trying to think how Coach Wadu can really turn the tables around and we win the game 4-0. I'm trying to think, but what I can tell you is that yeah, I need to go with two strikers, Mabasa and Makhopa, and then have Talente. Have Umbata. No, we can have Umbata, yes. Talent Umbata no Sipombule in that midfield. Then Sipombule will always go and attack and add late. Then Umbule will cut a lima late to La Pana, Malase Orlando attack. So I think that will work.
What are the chances of Orlando Pirates scoring 4 goals?
Pirates, they can score because they can create chances. They can. One thing about Pirates is that, if they can get a goal the first 5 minutes, definitely Pirates will win the game. They can win the game 4-0.
I know, man. It's so bonakon. Mamelodi Sundowns traveled all the way to Nigeria and to play Remo Stars. Mamelodi Sundowns, ever since South Africa went back to continental football, they've never won a game in Nigeria. So they made history. They won by 5-1. We saw how they played, even how they started the game. Like, they were just, they were exceptional, man. Like, they played like the Mamelodi Sundowns that we know. And at least there's a South African team that went and won WCAF and shown the rest of Africa that just because one team lost, it doesn't mean that you can write us off yet. We still have a very solid and strong Mamelodi Sundowns team playing there. Hotman, what did you make of that game? At least that game was televised. We were able to watch it, so it's even easy to analyze the performance in Mamelodi Sundowns and that other team, Remo Stars. What did you make of the game? Are you happy?
Very happy. I was very, very happy yesterday. Watching, when I was watching Sundowns, they just reminded me of the football that they displayed with Club World Cup. Oof, guys. Oof. The football that they displayed yesterday, how they play up from the back, how they knock the ball around, how they create chances, how they score. For me, it was amazing. They play their Sundowns way. This is what I love about Sundowns. This is what I love about Sundowns, is the football that they play. Yes, I can have, like anybody else. I've got my players that I love at Sundowns. And I'm not shy away from that. I love Shadule because he can score. I like Mkwena, he can control that midfield. When Mkwena is playing alone, he's the boss. And he can show us that he's the boss about how he displays himself there. But now if you're going to play with the two, it's always a problem because that means we're defending with 6. We are attacking with 4. I mean, how possible is that? But yay, Shalulile, you saw the goal of Matthews. I never thought Matthews would take that shot. I thought it was going to try and pass. But you know what? Sometimes your instinct, when they're talking to you, you need to listen to them. And then do exactly what has been asking from you. But nevertheless, Mamelodi Sundowns, Bafana Bestyle. Well done to Coach Cardoso. Because, every time, Coach, I always hammer you. But, yesterday you've shown something else to me. And, I can't say much except to say, well done, boys. Well done. Very, very much.
Grootman, we've seen how Mamelodi Sundowns have been performing at CAF level. Must so compare how they're playing in CAF and how they're playing in the league right now. You'd say these are two different teams because in the league, they're not as aggressive. They don't show this much passion in the league. And you would say, Guti, like the coach, honestly doesn't care about the league. Do we think Mamelodi Sundowns is worried about winning the league this season, or are they just more focused on the CAF?
Sundowns, they want to win the league. They want to win Carling. They want to win the Champions League. They want to win Nedbank. That's what they want. And with the performance of yesterday, I don't see somebody that will really stop Sundowns if they come this way. If Sundowns can play the way they played yesterday, hey guys, I don't think there's anyone really can stand that, because for me, I watch Mkwena in that midfield, watch Allen in that midfield, and this boy, is it Santos? Yes, Santos in the midfield. I like his touches. I think once he understands how we're moving when we get to the final third, then yeah. But other than that, look, Betway Premiership, let me tell you, I know. Even Pirates, I don't think they'll stop Sundowns. If they come the way they did yesterday, I don't think even Pirates can stop that. They play top football, top class football. The way they finish it, they keep on going. Yeah.
Hotman, after what you saw yesterday for Mamelodi Sundowns, does this mean you take back your words, Zoguti, they won't make it to the final of the CAF Champions League?
Look, you are as good as your last game. Your last game tells us that where you're going to go. So, yesterday's games, it says to me they can go all the way to the final. If they will continue play the way they played yesterday, that type of football will take them to the final. But as soon as they start to change, I know. A wise man always says, you've got the right to change. If you want to change your mind, you can change your mind. So I'm saying now, if Sundowns can play the way they played yesterday, I'm telling you, this league is theirs.
I know we'd like to see that. And then, Khotman, just before we move on to the other games that played over the weekend, Miguel Cardoso, what does yesterday's victory mean for him at the club?
Look, it's a very, very important win for him. Especially he knows that in his mandate is for him to win the league. To win the Champions League. And I think yesterday he just played his card very smart. Yes, I would say he was under pressure. Yeah, he'll be under pressure because Sundowns they want the Champions League like All Blacks. They like about with anything they want the Champions League, and that's why the only thing that will make them win the Champions League is how they've played yesterday. If they can play the way they played yesterday, I'm telling you, Sundowns is going to win the league.
So does this mean they get to keep Miguel Cardoso, or should they still look for a new coach?
Definitely they will keep him. After how they played yesterday, why are you going to chase him? Let's be honest, guys. I don't want to talk when the coach does something wrong. I become loud. But when he does something good, then I shy away. I just talk behind the closed doors. No. Coach, well done. Well done yesterday. That was the reason of calling Sundowns Abafana style. It's because of the football that it displayed yesterday. They played very well yesterday. And for me, Cardoso, why not stay?
I know, Khotman. Kaizer Chiefs were also out in DRC Congo playing the CAF Confederations Cup. They played Simba, which ended a goalless draw. Another goal drought for the Kaizer Chiefs. We look at how they've been struggling with goals, Khotman. They've never scored more than 2 goals in a game this season. I'm not talking about friendly matches. I'm talking about games that really matter, from the league to the Culling knockout to now in the CAF. Last time they had to depend on penalties for them to advance to this round of the preliminary stages of the CAF Confederations Cup. They played to a goalless draw against Simba. Kwenzakalani lapha kwaTeke Chiefs, Khotman?
I don't know. Ngesizulu bathi bayashayana bona bodwa. Sure njalo bayashayana bona bodwa. We don't know. Because I think, especially the boy, I feel sorry for this boy. Utipros, I feel sorry for him. You know why? He's working hard. Guys, he's working hard. He's not going there just to miss. He's working hard. Look at how he put himself in those positions for him to score. It's just that it's I can't feel that moment of him. The ball must cross the line. The ball must cross the line. Once he does that, Utipruza just to, art ice cube like and art. And just to put it, he's always in the hurry. It's always in the hurry. But that's type of football that he plays. He likes running. But look, yes, they missed, man, Chiefs. They missed, but I still don't believe that they were going to have a very good game. They're going to have a very, very good game. Because I'll be watching them, and when I watch them and open my eyes like this, they know that they need to win. And when they win, it's look, you know how football works. I'm gonna tell you something. If Chiefs they win to qualify for another round, it also gives a mileage to their players. Look at Umtu as Konde Bafana, Coach Wamfare gave him a chance. That experience, we need it. We need that experience. When you play games like this, you gain experience. Then when you're selected in the national team, you go there and display what you've been gaining in all the games that you're playing in the CAF competition.
Khotman, I just want to talk about the coaching lapha ku Kaizer Chiefs. They have Mfundo Vilakazi comes from the Under-20 World Cup. The boy is in good spirits, is motivated. I'd like to believe that he's in good form. They still don't play him. They still don't start him. Mduduzi Shabalala comes from Ibafana Bafana, who've just qualified for the FIFA World Cup. They still don't start him. And then they have Umaboe being on the bench. We still don't know why they're benching him and they're not playing him. He's not even on the bench. He's on the stands. And we're talking about a player that's played at that level. He's played the KEF Mamelodi Sundowns. He knows what it's like to compete at that level. They have young Velibai. Plays well. Lomfana is hungry for game time. We saw what he did when they played the friendly recently during the international break. They also have Upartman. The situation, the dispute that they had in Cape Town Spurs is over now. The boy can play, but the Kaizer Chiefs still won't play these guys. They still want to hold on to the players, which they're not offering the team much. Can we just talk about the coaching at Kaizer Chiefs? When will the coaches wake up and realize that they need to play their newly signed players?
Let me tell you about these Chiefs coaches. By looking at them, is they worried more about defending than attacking. So now they want to put some players under pressure. Abomtu, Abofilagazi, Ngobo, and all of them. They're going to play under a lot of pressure. That I think the coaches, they can handle that pressure, take that pressure away from the players. You know, give them a chance. Villegas, I think he did very well. I mean, he was playing now World Cup, and he did very well. You know, and maybe if the coach doesn't know where to play him in the number 10 position. Just start with Villegas in that number 10 position, and then let's watch. Because I believe that not that Chiefs, they don't have players. They do have players. It's just that the combination is not yet there with the coaches. And I'm happy that it's both of them. They speak the same language. They can understand each other. They can make a decision, both of them. That if this happened, it happened, and then that's it. But I'm pleading that give Villegas a chance. Like other players. Umodi has been playing Umodi season out. Umodi is. Sometimes Umodi does give us something. But sometimes Umodi, he's the one who's costing us a game sometimes. You know? So, yeah. My worry, why I'm saying Abamnigezo Villa has a chance is that I know that, he can play those good passes. He's a good pass of the ball. Mind you, it's a very good pass of the ball. So when they do the build-up, they give it to him, and then he plays that pass for Mayo. Mayo will score. Mayo, he's like also Shalulile. He doesn't have these fancy things of dribbling, whatever, what. No, he's happy. When he does what is good at. Please, guys, Amakosi, coaches, we need a player that can create chances. That is Villegas. We've got a boy, Umayo, that can score. Can you give them a chance? And then let's see.
No, but man, we really hope these coaches know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Do you see them last until the end of the season?
I think they'll stay, man. They look. They're not that bad. They're not that bad. I think they can stay. I think they'll stay until the end of the season.
No. Now moving on to the Betway Premiership. The Betway Premiership continues this Wednesday, the 22nd of October. We have a few games playing. We have Orlando Pirates playing Polokwane City at 7:30 at the Orlando Stadium. We have Stellenbosch FC playing Golden Arrows at the Athlone Stadium, also at 7:30. And then we have your favorite team, Amakosi for Life, playing Siwelele at the FNB Stadium. Can we just start with the Kaizer Chiefs versus Siwelele game? Because Siwelele is a very strong team. We saw how they performed against Orlando Pirates. Yes, Orlando Pirates were shy guy too, but it wasn't easy, especially in the Carling knockout. They had to wait for that Blaster Yagambogazi to decide the outcome of the game. But other than that, Siwelele would have held them to a goalless draw, and then we don't know what would have happened in penalties or in extra time. Kaizer Chiefs are struggling with goals. They're playing against a strong team that is good in attack, that have players that know how to score goals. So if you Kaizer Chiefs this time, if anything, they need to work more in their defense, because if Abakura ma goal, at least don't concede. Rather go for a draw. What do you see happening in this one, Khotman?
Look, I think Pirates, they did play against Polokwane City, if I'm not mistaken. They've played. Pirates, I think they've got 3 points from there. Coach Puti, he's also another coach that is underrated in our league. If you look at the stats, Polokwane City, the past 2 seasons, they end up there around top 5. So it tells you that there's something good that Coach Puti is doing. And yeah, esimnyama ngenkanza kepulumuzi kamasipala zawenzo wawo. Unfortunately nize ngesikhathi se-wrong madoda laphayana kanye amadliwa laphayana madoda laphayana kamabintsela emgodini madoda ngenibuye laphaya angenibuye after what happened izolo. No, I don't see you guys coming back. Puti, you know I like you, my brother, but no. Pirates, they need to get that 3 points. It's very important. 1 for confidence, 2 for the league, because they need the confidence. Why? They will need to do the watch, prepare themselves for second leg, second round, CAF Champions League. They need that confidence. They need to go there with a win, so that whatever energy that they're gonna put in that game, it comes from the game and Polokwane City. So you guys are going to be a step for Orlando Pirates to climb up. So they will use you guys to climb up. And yeah, I'm looking forward to that game. And yeah, definitely, no doubt, the Pirates will win the game. Pirates will win the game. One thing that I hate to say is the other party. The other party, I can say it. That's not the problem. That Pirates will win. But I wanted Pirates to win 2-0. But I can see that Makezi can score. Yeah, I see that Makezi will score, but Pirates will win. The 3 points, that's Orlando. Pirates can win 2-0. If not 2-0, it's going to be 2-1.
Khotman, Pirates is playing Polokwane City. The last time they played Polokwane City was the MTN 8. The opening of the MTN 8. Yes. So now they're playing them in the league. Yes. Yeah, but also Kaizer Chiefs are also playing. They're gonna play Isiwelele. What do you see happening there, Khotman?
Isiwelele Samasele. You know, Mina, I hate sometimes to be in the position that I'm in sometimes. Because 1, I've got my former colleague. He's a colleague because we are coaches. Was my former teammate. Usiyama is coaching Swelele, and he's playing against Amakosi for life. You know, when you play against that team, looks, way back those days when we faced Amakosi, everyone was shaking, including myself. And now you're the coach. Now you're putting together your team to face the big team in South Africa. That you can fill the stadium during the week. This one team that can do that during the week, full house. That's Amakosi. That's going to be a very tough one. Because the CMA is doing very well. I mean, he lost against the Pirates, but if you were watching the game, you will say he played well. Played very well. And Amakosi, I hope vandaag balendile man. Maybe in the afternoon you guys will go and do finishing, man. Because finishing, it lets you down, guys, over the weekend. I think if you guys can push more in terms of the finishing side, it's gonna be the game. You guys can win, but you must know that when you win the game, it's gonna end up with 2-1. So the 1. On course for life 2.
It's definitely going to be an interesting one, Khotman. Yeah. And then just before Sivala, at the weekend, we have the Carling knockout. Richards Bay take on Durban City. at 3 p.m. on Saturday, and then Golden Arrows on Sunday take on TS Galaxy. But due to the CAF Champions League and the CAF Confederations Cup, Orlando Pirates and Stellenbosch FC can't play this weekend in the calling knockout. They'll instead play during the week, but we can look ahead to the games anyway. The Pirates will play Makesi FC on Tuesday at the Orlando Stadium. Hey, we remember what happened last time Pirates played Makesi FC with calling knockout. Chipe Zeze and his boys stunned everyone. And then Stellenbosch will travel to Marumo Gallants on Wednesday. Grootman, sibona kwenzakalani kula game?
One is the second round, the second leg. Both CAF Champions League and Confederation Cup. That definitely Chiefs and Pirates, they have to win. It's a must for them to win. And then Richards Bay. I like Richards Bay, man. Richards Bay, I've got a soft spot for Richards Bay because I know the chairman. I know one of the coaching staff. He's a close friend of mine, Papi Zotwane. And then when you go to Durban City, we've got, I would say, a strange relationship, me and Coach Kevin Hunt, that we talk, and sometimes it's like, sometimes you talk your nonsense. I'm like, Coach, I talk about what I'm seeing. I don't create anything out of somewhere else or whatever. No. Whatever that I'm watching, I'm going to talk about it. And he's one coach that I like him a lot. I like him a lot. One thing that makes me to like him is that he's got his philosophy of playing. Other coaches, they can do whatever. They can come 4-3-3, 3-4-3, 2-4, 2-4-4. You can name them. But he sticks to his philosophy, his way of playing. And he always plays well. And so that's a derby in KZN, where the Rich Boys, Richards Bay against Durban City. Oh, yeah, no. Coach Gavin, because I've got, like I said earlier, that I've got a very soft spot for Richards Bay because of the relationship that I've got with the chairman, or Chairman Chomo Biela, and the coach Papi Zotwane, and these people, I'm close to them. I've got a very soft spot for them. So I wish them that they will win the game. I think they will win the game. It's gonna be a scrappy game, very scrappy game, not a very interesting game, a very scrappy game. But Richards Bay will win. I think they will win by 2-1. Richards Bay will win the game.
And then Grootman, Ezimnyama Ngane
Versus
Makesi FC.
Makesi, man. Echibezeze, listen, Fanagiti, man. I like you. I like you too much. Chibezeze. I like you too much. But unfortunately, this time around, Pirates, they are in another level this season. You can see the players that are playing there at Pirates. They represent the national team. You'll be playing against international players when you play against Orlando Pirates. Unfortunately, they had to beat you 2-0. 2-0 clean, no doubt.
Stellenbosch versus Marumo Gallants.
Oh, I like how this coach Marumo Gallants, the football that he plays. I like that type of football. And this is what I always look at in coaches, that can you bring the best out of a player. And when you watch Ndlondlo there at Marumo Gallants, he's totally different. Totally, he's not like the Ndlondlo that we know at Orlando Pirates. He's totally different. He's enjoying himself with football there. He's playing attacking position. He's creating chances. Yesterday I was watching them playing. He hit an upright. with the left foot. They play interesting football in Maromo Gallants. I like that coach. He's clever. He's clever. But he's playing against my favorite coach. A coach that doesn't get the recognition. For really, guys, it doesn't. I don't know why. Let's look at the history itself. The history will tell us how many times Stellenbosch are playing Confederation Cup. The past 2 seasons they've been playing Confederation Cup. Even though he lose players season in, season out, but he pulls the team together and then they come and play, and then they end up playing the Confederation Cup. Coach Steve Barker, you don't get that recognition, but look, so is football wisdom. Look, I can see your job. I can see your work. I can see the sacrifice that you've put in there. With all the resources that you've got, you always come and give the best team that you can do. And your players, they don't disappoint. They show us what is it that you can do as a coach. And keep up the good work. I don't know. You see now my head is itching. You know why it's itching? This one is very tight because I like how Stellenbosch they play. I like certain players that are there. The Poyu Kiba has been doing well. Opili, I think Opili is back from the national team. Is gonna give that stability in that left wing. I like the Poyu Mtaka at the left back. That I spoke to somebody that he needs to go and play for a team because he's a very, very good left back. Jama in that midfield, De Jong. Look, Titus, he's got a good team. But, I don't know, guys. Let me think. I don't know. Should I give him? Yeah, no. Let me do this. So that you, Coach Steve Barker, you can focus more on the Confederation Cup. Let Maromo Gallants win. Because if they win, at least they can still progress, continue play the curling. So that you're going to focus on that. Because I don't like when you guys, we have to travel and play away, come back. In 2 days you've got a game, or in a day you've got a game. Texting from the players. So for that, let Maromo Gallants go through 2-1.
I know, Hotman. Just before Sivala, just a quick prediction here, Kev. Orlando Pirates play Saint Lupopo. I even struggle to pronounce their name at the Orlando Stadium. Score prediction?
Pirates, I think they will win this game. I'm not. One thing is that I think in this knockout there's no extra time. I think there's no extra time. It's going to be straight penalties. Pirates, they can win that game 4.
Aye, no, Hotman. Sizobuya Sikumbuz. Kaizer Chiefs will play AS Simba at the Dobsonville Stadium this time. Score prediction, Lapo?
I'm going for life. It's a win.
Straight win,
1-0. Yeah, I'm of course they're gonna go to another second round. I told you guys that this team, Kaizer Chiefs, when they go through past the first round, it's gonna be difficult for you guys to stop them. If you wanna stop Kaizer Chiefs, stop them when they start. If you couldn't stop them when they start, no, you can't stop them. They go all the way to the final. If you can't stop them from the start, that is one team that I guarantee you guys. If you couldn't stop Chiefs when they start the first round, they jump that line, you're not going to stop them until they get to the final. So Chiefs, they will win 1-0.
And then Mamelodi Sundowns will play Remo Stars. Score prediction?
No, I've asked Sundowns to register me for this game. This game is these are the games that you can play. So I've asked the chairman and the coach Cardoso there and his technical team to say, guys, you can rest these other guys, rest them. Let me also come and play there behind the strikers there. I mean, the score is 5-1. That team, there's no way they will come back and win 5-0 or 4-0 against Sundowns. So it's a game for us about to go and play. So I've asked them. So they said to me, from here, I'm going to training. Remember the team, they were playing yesterday. So they're coming back in the morning. So we're training in the afternoon. So from here, I'm going to training and then check that did they register me to play on Saturday. That's going to be a very easy game for Mamelodi Sundowns. So I don't think Coach Cardoso, as he's going to play us, some of us, we're going to play that game. He's going to rest the key players. So that's going to be an easy one. Maybe they can even get another, maybe they can get 3 or 4. Yeah, Sundowns is going to win the game very easily.
Stellenbosch versus 15 Agosto. 15 Agosto, obviously traveling all the way to Cape Town. Different weather conditions, different country, temperature, atmosphere, yonke different. Stellenbosch should definitely win this one.
Look, you go there in Cape Town, ask me, I'll tell you. Ask me, I will tell you. Your win in Cape Town is a draw. It's so difficult to beat Stelis in Cape Town. It's very, very difficult. I will tell you, teams from Cape Town, it's not easy to beat them. There's wind. There's Cape Town. It's one province that you can have 4 seasons in one day. Cape Town, you can have 4 seasons in one day. Stelis, that's why I said to you, Coach Steve, allow Marumo Gallants to go through. I want to this season, you and Chiefs get to the final. You and Chiefs get to the final of Confederation Cup. Guys, I wish this thing, and I ask God to give me those blessings and give me and grant my wish. You know what's my wish? This season, I want to see Stelis and Kaizer Chiefs in the final of Confederation Cup. And see Pirates and Sundowns in the final of the Champions League. And have a Super Cup played here in South Africa. That's all I wish. I'll pray from today as I'm just seeing it now that it's possible. It's possible that Sundowns can go all the way to the final, especially after they've played the way they've played yesterday. And Paris, they've got good players. They've got good character. They can win. I want them to win also. Last season, they finished up in the semi-final. Sundowns, they finished up in the final. So it tells you something. And then here comes Stelis. They also end up semi-final last season. So Kaizer Chiefs are coming in this season. So we've got 4 teams that are playing CAF competition. So my wish is the 4 teams, all the 4 teams in the final, and see where are they going to play the Super Cup come next year.
I know, Goodman. Obonakala khona. Kunjuthi kwenzakalani ngoDr. Ivan Khoza, Goodman?
Yeah, guys, I let me tell you this. I remember finishing training. That was Tuesday at Sundowns, and then the late Angelo Titlas, may his soul rest in peace, and Natasha Titlas, and then they said to me, I must come on Friday at the office. They used to have their offices in next to Small Street here in town. They said I must come at 11 o'clock to sign a contract. The coach that wanted me to sign there was the late Ted Dumitru. And then Wednesday, Coach Palachos came at our school, and then he said to me, look, we hear that you're going to sign with Sundowns on Friday. And the chairman, Dr. Ivan Koza, wants you to come and play for Orlando Pirates. I was like, what? I said, yes. I said, no. Are you sure, Coach? He said, yeah. Look, we're going to come to a house today around past 3, 4 o'clock. We're going to come. Okay. All right. Then I was excited. And then around past 3, then some kids, they came in knocking. They said, no, man, there's a car. They want you. They said, we must call you. Then when I went to the car, then I saw Chairman Dr. Avin Koza and Coach Palachos. And then they came inside. Then they sat with my father. May his soul rest in peace. And then they asked, the chairman asked my father, please, man, I'm here to ask your blessings that, please, can I have your son to play for my team? I hear that your son is good. Your son is going to sign with Sundowns on Friday. So I said, no, I can't allow this to happen, that I just stay streets away from here at home. And now a boy from here must go and play there in Pretoria while there's a team here. So that's why I'm here to ask. And then my father said, look, I'm not playing football. He's playing football, you can ask him. And I said, yeah, I want to play football, so I want to play. And from there, you know, he became my father, chairman, and he really looked after me. I grew up there. I've learned a lot of things about life. You know, even though, you know, as a child, you'll be naughty. You know, yes, I was naughty at some point as a child. And one thing about him was that he was patient, you know, with me. Even today, he's still patient. That, you know, as kids, we make mistakes as kids, and as parents, we need to play our role. And even today, I still call him a timer. And I remember one time he said, "Hey, son, why everyone is calling me chairman and you are calling me timer? You know, like you came as a father to me. You know, I didn't look at you as a chairman. I look at you as a father, as how you spoke to me. And from that time, that's why I call you timer, because you are a father to me. You know, and I know, you know, sometimes he does say when we talk, sometimes he does call me. You know, I remember we had a chat with him, and we laugh, you know, and he said, hey, are we fighting now? Are we fighting? I said, what happened, chairman? I said, yeah, man, you are fighting with the team, manje, no, chairman. You didn't get it right. We're talking about the referees, that our referees, they need to be consistent in decision making. You know, teams they're not doing anything wrong. You know, teams are playing football, and the team is doing very well. I love the team with all my heart. And if something's not going right, and I see that it's not going right, I'll talk about that. That no, this is wrong. But other than that, the team is doing very well. I'm very, very happy to watch the team and see them, you know, winning. So what in our conversation, then I said, no. The problem is that our referees, they will kill our football if we're not going to talk about the consistency of the referees, because the decision making of the referees, it spoils the game, you know. So yeah, then he said, oh, okay, no. I didn't understand that, man. I thought, how can I fight with my father? I mean, it's impossible that I can fight with my father. You know, even if as a father you are wrong, I cannot go and say, hi, Baba, wrong. No. I'll sit and say, okay, time wrong, time. Then I'll find a way, you know, to talk to you as a father, to say, timer, you know what, Lana will be wrong, Lana. And yeah, He was like, even now he's still a great father to me. You know, we talk sometimes. You know, sometimes he does call me and shout at me as a father to say, no, but you're not doing it right here. I was listening to you in your show. You didn't speak well in certain things. You know, he doesn't only watch our show at the Disc TV when only Pirates is playing or whatever. He just to watching in terms of, and I really appreciate that, Timer, that you also give support in what I'm doing, and I really appreciate that. And it does guide me, you know, in certain things in life, you know. And today I'm a proud father. You know, I'm married, I've got a wife, I've got kids. You know, all the things that he used to, you know, tell me to do then when I was young. Now I realize, now I see them as a father to say, oh, okay, that's why he was always say to me, look, you cannot now so go uyodla stadium lapho you are watching the game, you'll pop and steak with the supporters and all of that. You know, there's a lot of things that he helped me to grow in that, you know, to say, look, now you are this, you know, a role model to our community in South Africa. You're playing for the big team, you are a captain now, and you are leading a very big ship, you know. So certain things we need to avoid. You can't be seen all over the places now because you know you are leading a very big ship, and I really appreciate that. And time and time we talk, and I've also, you know, yes, I've got a relationship with his son Nkosana, also, but with the chairman, he's one person that, you know, really, if I can speak for really, I can speak the whole day, the whole night. He's look, he's a father. He's got time where he will be strict and say, this is not going to happen. Whether you like it or not, this is not going to happen. And at the times where, you know, as a father, he will pretend as if he didn't see anything, you know, will get away, you know, sometimes maybe I didn't come to training, and then they tell him to say, hey, Uzo didn't come to training, and then he will call me, and then what happened? Why you didn't come to training? Then I'll come with excuses and all of that. Then he will shout, you know, as a parent, you know, as a parent, as a chairman. But look, chairman, he's been good to me. He's been good to me. He's been good to, you know, to the family. I remember also when I lost my father, the chairman was also there helping me, you know, putting things together to bury my father. And yeah, I really appreciate chairman, and you're always gonna be a father, you know. To me, it's not gonna change, you know. As a father and son, there's always you know, agreement and disagreement. That is normal. That it's life, you know. But it doesn't change in terms of a father and the son. And chairman, Dr. Avin Khoza, I really appreciate, you know, how you react and do things to me, and the support that you're giving me. Thank you very much, chairman.
Grootman, you mentioned one of Chairman's sons,
Yeah.
Nkosana.
Yeah.
I know him and Mbumi are working together
Yeah.
at Orlando Pirates, and they're doing a very good job.
Yeah.
How far do you see them take the team?
Look, so far so good. You know, so far so good, and I can see that they really, you know, putting their feet where Uchemen Berahamba Korn. You know, I can see that. Yeah, Umpumi, I know him, but I don't have that relationship in that manner. Yes, we, you know, Sabonana create, how's it sharp and all of that. You know, there's no bad blood, you know. But Nkosana, because we sometimes chat Minanai and, you know, calls Minanai. He understands the game. He understands the game. He understands the culture, the philosophy, the way of playing, and he understands again the type of players that they should be at Orlando Pirates. And that, for me, that's an eye of the chairman, you know. So they working directly where the chairman was working, and that is good. They taking this team forward also. They're growing this brand.
No, Grootman, I think Singaival.
bafowethu so football wisdom lona ubongane Benedict Vilakazi bambiza utso bambiza uLittle Napoleon umshikashika insizwe ezishumi mayoda ngeke enze lutho bafowethu ngiyanicela don't forget to subscribe like share and post oy last one before into important in my life that I just forgot. Happy birthday to my son. He's turning 5 years old. His name is Atang Uyathandwa Vilakazi. Happy birthday, my son. Daddy loves you too much.